Good evening, YouTube. I have my acoustic guitar with me again. And I think a lot of us by now have heard about all the mass shootings in Paris, and the extent of it was unbelievable. I mean, holy shit. I'm reading on the Cradle of Filth concert thing on the internet here. It says 12 hours ago on Facebook, it says Cradle of Filth would like to dedicate their concert tonight in Berlin at the Columbia Theater to the victims of the Paris Bataclan shooting, in which 80 people are known to have died after a suspected terrorist opened fire at an Eagle of Death metal concert last night. Cradle of Filth have played their last three shows in Paris, 10 shows preceding this current tour at this theater, and both band and crew are beyond shocked, to say the least. Our thoughts go out to the families of those who were injured or killed, especially those who have worked with in the past. Not to be that guy, but death happening at a death metal concert. No, but in all seriousness, though, it's disgusting, YouTube, when this kind of shit happens. It really is. I could try making up the song on the spot for it. Why not? Why is all this blood being spilled on my love? What can this trouble even solve? It's nothing but a violent problem. Shots are meant to be taken out of bar, not on innocent victims. And guns aren't the problem, people are. Go ahead and charge those terrorists with a stick and stone and see how far you get. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. It used to be a thing when every time the world would see a shooting in America, they'd always say things like, man, them Americans and their guns, it must be real sad. Well, let me tell you something, gun violence is an American thing, it's a people thing, and it needs to fucking stop. I got my double-barrel Stoker 12 gauge, side by side, taking pride in being a free American citizen, owning my gun. Some motherfuckers coming knocking on my door, trying to break it. I'm gonna break them with my break action. 12 gauge barrel staring you in the face. It's one thing to stand your ground, it's another thing to take an innocent life. It's one thing to protect your home turf, it's another thing to pull a mass shooting. Some good old boys taking their shotties out to the range for some 12-gauge fun, blowing up watermelons and tree trimming. Hunters gathering their trophies. And then you got the military and the police protecting lives. And then you got guns killing on the other side of the law. It's a two-way street, a double-edged sword. Oh, yeah. Why is all this blood being spilled on my love? It wasn't too bad, actually. I was just on the spot. But, you know, and that really gets me, man, when this whole thing is just, you hear about this kind of crap on the news and you go, why? Ugh, not again. God fucking damn it. At any time a mass shooting like the one in France happens, people will use this excuse to say, well, this is why we need to ban guns. These people that pulled the mass shooting into a terrorist, do you think they give a fuck? If guns were illegal or not, they still would have gotten them. You know, and if guns are made illegal, then innocent people can't protect themselves, and bad guys honestly don't give a fuck if guns are illegal or not. If you make them illegal, you're just going to make it harder for law-abiding citizens to protect themselves. No, seriously, when we're dealing with these kinds of issues, we have to discuss this because this is ridiculous. One, the fact that so many innocent lives were spilt and lost in the name of what? What justified this? Who did it and why? You know, a lot of people are asking questions like that. And the second thing is, every time a mass shooting like this happens, or any mass shooting in general, or any time a suicide happens, or any time people are getting careless with their guns, you know, and, you know, it makes guns look bad. And truth be told, yes, guns are designed to kill, but initially they're not designed to kill people, they're just designed to kill people, kill people. And even when the gun's empty, it can't kill nothing or nobody, or nothing, you know what I'm saying? You have to load the ammo, but then do you blame the ammo for it? No, because the ammo doesn't just jump off the shelf and load itself into the gun, you know what I'm saying? It takes a human hand to load a gun. Therefore, it also takes a human hand to take another life. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? And that's just the thing of it, though, in all honesty. But, then you can learn from it, though. Restrict your gun control worldwide would be nice. But making guns illegal isn't going to stop the shootings. It's just going to create more problems. I never like hearing about these kinds of shootings at all. I don't care where they're at. I'm just tired of hearing about this kind of shit because it literally is just beyond aggravating. And a lot of people You know, there are people who judge for stereotypes in every race. YouTube, best believe. You best believe there are people who judge in every race, in every country. And what are we supposed to think when we're seeing crap like this on the news? And a lot of people are probably asking, is the world even a safe place to live anymore? Well, that's really a hard question to answer. And this is the exact thing that the people who did it want you to do. They want you to be afraid. But to show no fear to somebody or some people who could just kill 80 people at a death metal concert without even trying. And this was in various locations all over Paris. So it wasn't just 80 people, there were many more lives lost. And it's just, holy fucking shit, dude. Why? Why did it have to happen? Oh, here's a thought. It didn't have to happen, but it did anyway. You know? And I could bitch about the violence in our society, but it won't change anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can bitch about the problems in our society, but it won't change them. Oh, they legalize. They should legalize that weed worldwide. Give world peace a chance to light up your piece and smoke that weed. No, but seriously, they should. Marijuana legalization worldwide would be a beautiful thing indeed. There would be less violence, there would be less terrorist attacks, because people would be too fucking stoned. They'd be like, we're going down to the 7-Eleven, gonna pick up a bag of Doritos, nacho cheese, slide up to the drinks and grab a Mountain Dew with ease, cause they got the cotton mouth and the munchies. No, but in all seriousness, though, YouTube, it's wishful thinking. Like I told in our last video that I need to work on my picking. That's funny because I have had 6 albums out and I've had my music played on the radio. And then the person also commented that they're new to my channel, which if you're seeing me play the acoustic guitar, I'm not as good at this as I am at the electric. I mean, I can make so many wet panties when I'm playing the electric. How's that for working on my picking, smartasses? But in all seriousness, though, I'd like to observe a moment of silence for the victims of the shootings in Paris. It's tragic, and these acts of violence, they shock the world. And millions around the world, when they see these incidences pop off, as humans, we stop caring about race, sexual orientation, creed, material status, wealth, and you're uniting in the tragic moment and grieving as one. None of that other petty shit matters when people are pissed off and sad. So, moment of silence. And if you think you're having a bad fucking day, you know, maybe your day starts off with your shoelace being untied, and as you trip on your shoelace, you fall into some grass and you land face first in some dog shit. And you're just thinking to yourself, like, from your shoelace being untied to tripping on it to falling into some dog shit, and you get up and you're just like, oh, I hope nobody saw that. And then a cute girl walks by and then you're just like, oh my god, that was embarrassing. And you're wiping the shit off your face and you're like, I can't believe. Hypothetical, it just didn't really happen, but hypothetical, let's say. Wouldn't be nearly as bad. Could so be worse, YouTube. I mean, yeah, embarrassing moments like that happen to people, unfortunately, but on a grand scheme of things, it could be worse. 80 freaking people. And like I said, that wasn't even the extent of it. That was just one location. There was rumors to be more than one location, and it's just, like, can you imagine being the band performing that night, trying to survive, and then watching your fans getting blown down by guns and shit. Ugh. That just takes mosh pitting to a whole new level. I mean, it is a death metal concert, I know, but that's... And in all seriousness, though, you two, that was... It's unbelievable, you know. Well, you can't do shit about it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You really can't. But, yeah, there's, certain things are just out of your control, YouTube. You know? It sucks, but it's life. The only two things that are guaranteed in life, YouTube: death and taxes. And death is often misunderstood. If you have a loved one who is in pain of some sort, and this death, sweet release, takes away that pain, and they go to a better place because of it, that's one thing, you know. To take an innocent life before their time is, well, I ponder these things, smoking on my cherry pipe tobacco as I do. The thing of it is, though, when people hear about stricter gun control, they bitch and complain. And some people might argue that, well, if making guns illegal is not going to keep the bad guys from getting guns, then stricter gun control won't necessarily work either. Well, it would help decrease gun violence a little bit, but nobody saw this event coming. You know, it was kind of just boom, it happened. Now deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And how can you deal with something like that? You know what I'm saying? It's something that extensively massive. It's, you know, I'm sure there were a lot of people who sat there for a minute thinking, oh, these Americans, you know, and their mass shootings, blah, 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 blah. They sat there and said, they probably made many a joke saying that, oh, I bet gun violence is just an American problem, blah, 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 blah. And that's not a joke, and the thing of it is, gun violence affects everybody and can affect anybody in any country. And it's unfortunate when it happens because innocent lives that don't deserve to die just yet, not fully able to, you know what I'm saying, like, to reach out their last potential. And you can imagine, couldn't you? No, you really couldn't. You're going to see your favorite band in concert, and then someone just fucking tears you down with a gun. Like, damn, dude. Just knowing they got to die seeing the fans, I guess, their last moment was with watching their favorite band play, you know. That's got to count for something. And the fact that various bands like Cradle of Filth are willing to, you know, dedicate concerts and stuff like that, it shows that it just flat out fucking shows you they're an awesome band, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things, man. If you could prevent it, would you? And the answer is, of course. Anyone with somewhat of a decent mind or decent, you know, personality would sit there and say if they could prevent it, they would. But there is no telling how many fucking terrorists there were in Paris that tragic day. And, you know, if it just sprung up and happened, you know. A lot like when 9/11 happened, you know what I'm saying? Similar situation. Terrorist attacks just happened, and people are left to deal with the wake of the aftermath. And speaking of 9/11, a lot of cops and firefighters that day who risked their lives to save some people from those burning buildings. Some of them have cancer because, yeah, I should shout, some of them have cancer because of the noxious fumes from the burning buildings. And if marijuana cures cancer, why the fuck is it not legal? I mean, fuck the drug war. If they could have pain relief for their cancer, they should be able to have anyone who has cancer should be allowed the pain relief of cannabis, god damn it. It shouldn't even be a fucking issue. It should just be fucking legal. The fact that our founding fathers grew it on their plantation, okay, nope, don't get me started on this drug war. I will be here for 4 hours talking about it. Nope. I think I'm having an epiphany. Because the thing of it is, our founding fathers, they grew hemp on their plantations. And freaking, sometimes when you grow hemp, it produces the other plant. But they're both in the same, you know. So at some point, they had to have freaking discovered the cannabis plant alongside of it and gone, what the fuck is this? I don't know. And then they kind of just, they pick it away from their hemp and they store it somewhere to like throw away or dispose of. I don't fucking know. Find some use for it, I guess. And then somehow it catches fire, and they go to put the fire out, and somehow the smoke gets in their lungs, and then they discover that the plant in question gets them high. George Washington was smoking it for his toothaches. Our very first president, I shit you not. But that's not the topic of the video, is it? No. Unfortunately, when you deal with these kinds of tragedies, it raises a lot of questions, which need a lot of answers. And sometimes people don't always have the answers due to. And what would drive somebody to just walk into a black metal, or walk into a death metal concert and just slay down 80 people like that, you know? I mean, really. No, sincerity though. How long is this video? 25 freaking minutes? Okay, it's not bad. No, if freaking the whole world legalized pot, and the world leaders got together in one giant ass room with a shit ton of fucking weed and some hash and some dabs and a shit ton of munchies and what have you to their taste and what have you, and they all got super fucking hella baked to the point where the room they were sitting in was just white as fuck. You couldn't see your own goddamn head in front of you. That's how fucking clam baked it would be. And then they let themselves sit there and ponder this amazing high for a good 40 to 50 plus minutes, however long they wish. And then maybe they let all that smoke out, and then their eyes are redder than freaking blood. And they're like, clam baked the fuck out. You can imagine it, couldn't you, though? And then, in that moment, that very day, they sit there and they come up with a system or something. They fucking fix all the problems. Some people say, oh, silly Joshy, it doesn't work like that. Some people would say that. You know, a man can drink candy. People keep calling me Joshy. It's like, what the fuck? Oh, like instead of here's Johnny, it's here's Joshy. No, but seriously though, freaking, this cherry pie tobacco was quite delicious, and I go through a bag of this and like, the bag Wednesday. It's now Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I come at this bag last week until about maybe Sunday, Monday. Maybe Sunday. So I can run through a bag of pipe tobacco in 4 days versus the 2 days with a pack of cigarettes. Interesting. It smells nice. This cherry pipe tobacco does. Smoking a couple bowls of this pipe tobacco is where it's at. Very sweet tasting, very relaxing, has a nice room note. And you don't gotta pack the bowl super fucking thick. You just a pinch and fucking make sure you got proper draw and shit. You ever watched the show Metalocalypse? And you see a couple fans getting slaughtered at a Death Clock concert. That's a cartoon. That's meant for, you know, cartoon's sake. The thought of fans actually getting slaughtered at an actual metal concert, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of funny in Death Clock, but in real life, you know what I'm saying? Like it's funny in Metalocalypse, you know what I'm saying? But in real life, it's not funny. It's not funny at all in real life. In Metalocalypse, I guess it's done for like shock value type comedy, I guess. But in real life, it's not funny in real life. There's just some things that are out of our control, like I said. And had these people not died, there would have been so much they could have done with their lives. When you hear about a tragedy or a mass shooting of any kind, you realize how precious and short life really is. It'd be like me singing the 6 a.m. song again, but several times. Because life is beautiful. He says that while smoking on cancer is causing pipe tobacco. Maybe throat cancer, but and mouth cancer if you don't inhale. But the cannabis use lowers that. I don't smoke very often. If I'm lucky, a couple of days every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Which isn't a whole lot. But it lowers the. I don't do it before going to work, and I sure as hell don't do it while I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? But I get off work and, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then it's just like having a beer or a glass of wine at the end of the day when you're off work. How's that any fucking different? Oh, god damn it, the pipe went out. Could be wasn't. Oh, so this could be. So, as we approach the holiday season, and you're sitting there spending the holidays with your family, and just remember, you two, that, oof, a lot of people aren't going to have that this coming year, what have you, because of all this crap that went down. You know what I'm saying? So, don't take that for granted, because one day they're all going to be gone. The two things that are guaranteed in life: taxes and death. It's the fucking truth, though. And do you know exactly how the jail cells are paid for? Every time you imprison somebody, it costs money to keep that person in prison. So therefore, your taxpayers' dollars are going to put people in prison. Which, you know, if they're for hardened criminals, then yes, it sounds like a marvelous idea. But for minor non-violent drug offenses, for a plant that cures cancer, treats a soldier's PTSD and any form of depression, cures certain cancers, and most likely helps with the pain of chemo, and gives you your appetite back when you lose it from all that nasty shit. Helps you sleep better at night because you're not in pain all the goddamn time. So it makes you wonder, doesn't it? They fucking legalized it. Oh my god, it'd be awesome. Worldwide legalization is where it's at, YouTube. If the world legalized pot all around the globe, every country, every city, every state, every capital, every, you know what I'm saying, in Amsterdam legalized pot, and they're not doing too bad. And then Colorado legalized pot, and they're definitely not doing too bad. I gotta stop myself on that because I'll fucking be here for hours. Just basically, the drug war can piss off. The shooting violence in the world can piss off as well. Yeah. Any anti-gunny will sit there and use any shooting as an excuse to sit there and say, this is why we need to ban guns. No, this is why we need stricter gun control. And in some cases, you might want to be prepared for something like that. Now, had the motherfucker see me sitting at home when we tried to break in, he probably wouldn't have done it. He probably just would have knocked on the window and been like, hey man, can I come smoke with you? You got any weed? And I would have been like, yeah. So yeah, a while back I had my apartment broken into. I had a bag of weed stolen from me and a pipe. Wasn't too happy about that, but I'm like, it could be worse, you know what I'm saying? Freaking, and it definitely always could be, you know what I'm saying? And it was definitely somebody I knew because he knew exactly where I kept my shit. And the thing of it is, all I had to do was fucking ask, you know? And I would have likely would have shared weed with them. They didn't have to fucking take it from me, you know? But, like I said, it could be worse. Well, I shall continue to enjoy my cherry pipe tobacco, but until then, you have a wonderful evening, YouTube, and, thanks for watching.